Hello everyone, and welcome to week 2 of the VBL Season 15. I have not figured out how to do the thing where I show you my opponent's team. It's very top heavy. It consists of 5 NFE Pokemon, as well as a Ditto, but it's like Psy Spam, Indeedee, Deoxys Attack, Sneasler, Salamence, and Kingambit, which is an interesting pick there. One of the NFEs is Clefairy. There are other redirections on the team. On this, I just started on the wrong one there. Did I? Yeah, I found it, I think. So here, the plan is actually to lead Nailbiter with Sludge Wave, because it can kill around Clefairy. It can kill Deoxys around Clefairy. That is the specific plan. I just had to remember what the plan was. But it can also kill, like, Indeedee, and probably not Salamence, but it can do a lot of damage. So I can lead it next to Zygarde, next to Dragapult, next to Goodra. This is probably isn't the correct set on Goodra. I used to have Trick Room on this team, and I no longer do. I'm just going to make the Iron Defense. Sorry, Acid Armor. I've got a Dozo, which is more offensively oriented, I say, with 4 attack, but it's got Body Press for the Kingambit. And this is, I believe, is the speed boosting Tatsugiri. It's the middle one. It is not the middle one. Yeah, it's the middle one's the defense one. Yeah, speed boosting Tatsugiri, because that helps into the very fast team. Hi. Is this Indignado? The Tatsugiri here is Sash, because the Sash is like fine when they are using mons like Deoxys Attack, which are very frail. They sent me a message. I don't think they've sent me the challenge. I gotta find the challenge code. I know I posted it, and everyone knows the things that I do are always correct. Sorry about that. Okay. They haven't said yes. Acer-kun? Question mark? Like the place that Iron Fist was from. Kind of. That's okay. Okay, sorry, yes. Just sorting it out. Oh, wait, did it not send correctly? Sorry, did that send correctly? Yeah, it's got the wrong one. Yeah, the right one is just that without user. Yes. Okay, cool. Yep, good. Things are here. Hopefully they will accept my challenge. I told them to click cancel. Hopefully they've done that. It looks like they have. Okay, they did not bring Ditto, which means they just brought their top 6. Did I mention they had Ditto? I don't really think that much about the Ditto matchup. Okay, Sneasler is like mildly annoying. But it's not like great into a Nailbiter, so I think this is... I had the options of the Nailbiter Dragapult lead and the Nailbiter Zygarde lead. I think this is a Nailbiter Dragapult lead matchup. And I'll just put Dozo in the back because, yeah, may as well. Dragapult has Helping Hand. I don't remember if I said anything. Crunch is for Zygarde. Sorry, it's for Indeedee male. They have Indeedee male as the Trick Room setter, as we can see here. It is faster than this set, which is why it's Terra Steel. The Terra Steel also makes me immune to Sludge Wave, but I do resist it with the Dragapult and with the Zygarde. This set isn't great. The Helping Hand is the most important thing. Wisp is also good, but I'd prefer another move than Hex. It just doesn't really have a better move than Reflect in the last, sorry, like as well as Hex, sorry. Doesn't really have a better move than Reflect in that last slot. I should good luck on my opponent. Let's see if my opponent clicks. Is my music not going anymore? No, it is. It's just quiet. Sorry, I need to turn my headphones up. Yeah, they really, you know, only have the ability to sort of slot out one of these Pokemon for better other Pokemon, which, sorry, for Ditto, or they can change Clefairy to be like Poltergeist or Pichu. Though I don't think there are strong cases for those strains, at least in this matchup. Friend Guard is just a very good ability. Yeah, I feel like I should be elaborating on stuff here, but this is a pretty straightforward matchup. If they lead King Gambit, then I don't. Then it depends what's next to King Gambit, but I probably don't lock in a Sludge Wave. I should look at their Terrors. I didn't do that yet. Okay, the good news is, okay, so the Clefairy's Terra Steel, everything else does not get a better matchup into Poison. I don't know why I completely blanked on the fact that I should be like looking at my opponent's Pokemon. Yeah, so the Clefairy being Terra Steel is definitely somewhat annoying, because their Friend Guard is a pretty impactful ability, but they would obviously need to Terra the Clefairy specifically. And obviously it depends what they lead as to whether that's a relevant thing. So let's see what they bring out. Sneasler and Indeedee. Okay, so the good news is, depending exactly on the Indeedee's investment, Helping Hand, Poison, Sludge Wave should be a knockout. I don't think the Sneasler can knock me out, but it could obviously get a Poison, Dire Claw, Sleep, or Paralysis, which would be very bad. You know, I just prefer they didn't do that. No Dire Claw, Sleep. Okay, well... Okay, good. I got the KO onto the Mon that it was important on. I unfortunately poisoned my own guy. Well, that sucks. I didn't bring Goodra in the back either, so I am going to be sacking my Dragapult here. Unfortunately, the Sneasler is definitely faster. The Sneasler does not KO Dragapult with another Dragon Claw, though. I don't know what exactly they're deliberating. Unless their Mons in the back of both Deoxys Salamence, in which case, obviously, that wouldn't be great for them. But otherwise, they should go on to King Gambit or Clefairy, I feel. I guess maybe there isn't a strong case for Clefairy, as much as I feel like they could be. I'm pretty sure if I Sludge Wave KO my own Dragapult, I do get a Spatak boost, which would be great, but wouldn't really help my Dozo. But yeah, my Dozo does have Covert Cloak so that it can't get Dire Claw. Okay, so it looks like my opponent is probably playing to my opponent is probably playing to Dire Claw, Sleep, or Paralyze my my guy. So I just need not to have that not happen, right? I think that's frankly all I can really hope for, is I need them to not get a Sleep or Paralysis with Dire Claw into my Naganadel. I don't really know if there's another option I have. I wish this was Gen 1, because in Gen 1 you're immune to the secondary effects of use the same type as you. So obviously that would be nice. But it can't poison me, which actually makes its odds on Sleep or Paralysis higher, I believe. I'm not entirely sure how the math works on that, though. But it's a good sign they came out into this. It probably means their last one is Salamence. Okay, no Dire Claw, Sleep, please. Okay, Dire Claw into that slot is fine. I'm going to go into Dondozo and Protect. I wonder if that means they're Sash. No, if they're Sash, surely they would have just taken it, right? Okay, please no Dire Claw, Paralysis, Sleep, whatever. Okay, good. None. And they're not Sash. Okay. I guess we'll see what one comes out last. I assume it's Salamence, based on the fact that they haven't done anything. They didn't Terra anything either. I guess that wasn't really a compelling Terra option. Well, in this case, I think I have to switch in Tatsugiri because they Terra Steel, right? I guess there's probably an argument I should be body pressing in that situation, but it's fine. I think Liquidation first is always fine. They did Terra Steel, so body press would have been better, but it does not look like it mattered. Alright, Chi-Chi won. Okay, so that makes me think the Kingambit's probably going to come out earlier. But I mean, look, that's exactly what I brought Dragapult for. Originally I had Executor on this team, which I think doesn't learn Helping Hand for some reason, even though it sort of seems like it would. I'm not 100% sure on that, actually. Sometimes the team, it's a bit old, and obviously, unfortunately, Bullhor no longer keeps it updated, so I'm not 100% sure if it's accurate, especially when it comes to Nat stuff. No, okay, Alolan Executor does learn it, but obviously it would not have taken Sludge Wave anywhere near as well as Dragapult, who, frankly, did get knocked out by Sludge Wave and other poison moves, like literally just only by poison moves. Okay, so game one. What did we learn? Then not Sash. I don't know what we learned about the Clefairy there. That damage seemed maybe pretty normal. Yeah. So they're not like super physically defensive, but they're not like no defense. They're mixed defensive, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay. Game 2. How does my opponent adapt, and how do I adapt to that adaptation? Is it ever Dozo lead? I think it could be Dozo lead. I think it might be Dozo lead with the same ones in the pack. What do they lead again? Sneasler and Indeedee. I mean, if it was the slower Indeedee, obviously it wouldn't have died to that, but you know. If it was a slower Indeedee, I would do that. I think I honestly just go for a Dozo lead here. And then maybe Zygarde knock it all in the back. Oh, well that's obviously not great. Because I'm not. Because I'm oblivious. Okay. They're Terra Dark though. So I think if I go for the body press here and the Terra Dark to resist myself, because they're not super likely to click a Steel move. If they low kick, obviously that would be very good for them here. But I don't think I'm super likely to get just completely knocked out this turn, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I am fast on Salamence as well. Okay, well, that's obviously less great. Sorry. Oh gosh, it doesn't. It looks like they don't even die. I could have order upped the Salamence, which I did consider doing, but I didn't do it. So, considering doing things doesn't really help that much, right? I should have order upped the Salamence. Yeah, I just have to body press the Kingambit here, even though it doesn't take that much. And if I was unaware, I'd be at -1 attack, but that wouldn't really change my defense, right? I didn't reveal that I was body pressed last game, but they still, like the protect play obviously was really effective. I should have just attacked the Salamence, I think. I should have thought through that first turn more. I don't think it mattered that much where the Kingambit was going first, if I was going for Terra. Because I could get the speed control by getting the +1 speed. It does make you wonder how speed invested they are, if they felt the need to go for Tailwind against a Pokemon that is naturally much slower. Might mean that I'm doing even less than this 50%, especially if they Terra Dark. What do I have in the back? It's not great. Yeah, I think I probably lost this game. I think they played turn 1 very well. Not sure exactly what they're thinking through on this turn. I don't think Catocleave isn't Darkest Lariat, right? It just, yeah, it doesn't check accuracy, yeah. Obviously Darkest Lariat would be worse. Okay, that didn't do amazing damage, but obviously did fine damage. And low kick there. I don't even... I should always stall out this last turn, right? Okay, in that case, I should be going for a double protect. And I should be order-upping the Salamence. Force them to sucker if they have it. I don't know that they do. I'm not super confident in that. Burberry's good prep, but I don't know how much it helped here. Unfortunately, I did give them a speed boost. And a defense boost, and a special defense boost. I think that, yeah, the King Gambit obviously wound up being reasonably effective here. I think I just go for another protect, right? Just, there's not much hasn't really changed about my calculus. Okay, I just need them to miss this Draco. They didn't. Okay. Should be fine, right? I mean, I have to... Do I have to Draco? Oh yeah, I have to Draco, because otherwise I kill Tensukiri. Yeah. Well, I get a attack boost at least. I think I am probably going for the Draco into King Gambit as well. As much as I would appreciate an accuracy drop, I don't know it's worth giving them more attack. Actually, the attack probably doesn't... Oh my gosh. Okay, so they are Sucker Punch last. Dark Fighting. I do have Terra Fairy on Dragapult. Which isn't an amazing punish, but it is a punish. So yeah, the Dozo lead wound up being particularly bad. Into the same lead. Honestly, Hydra is pretty reasonable, right? Okay, I'm faster than Salamence with Zygarde. That's interesting to know. Very necessary crit there, I'm sure. I mean, maybe. I probably didn't get die in one, but yeah. GG for game 2. I said it's maybe not necessarily going in my favor. How is regular Dozo ever just better than going for the Mega Dozo? Since they have the punish. What's my lead then? Maybe it's Pult Hydra? They do punish my Iron Defense with their ability. But I have Reflect and I have Wisp, both of which are pretty good here. I think maybe I just don't bring Dozo, but maybe I do bring Dozo. Maybe I would just bring Tatsu even. Nailbiter set is not feeling amazing right now. I don't know. Like, I know why it's so many spread moves, but I don't know why it's so many spread moves, you know? Maybe I should be leading... Maybe I should just go back to leading Pult and Naganadel, because I feel like the Pult Naganadel double up will actually knock out the Salamence. And then I can honestly just go Hydra Zygarde in the back, because I don't think this is feeling like Dozo is amazing here. It's probably fine, but I don't know if it's amazing. Oh, I can probably helping hand it as well. So the question is, what does Kingambit click? If it's protect again, that's obviously good for me, right? Okay, what did we see from the 1,000 arrows damage, actually? We did 1,000 arrows, the Salamence. And get neutral. Yeah, it did 39. It doesn't make it look like it has bulk. And it didn't look like it had bulk from the other thing either, right? So, if they just go for protect, and I helping hand Draco, then that's good. If they don't go for protect, Wisp is amazing. Do I have a Terra Fairy? I know they can't really punish it. I don't particularly want to Terra the other ones, so I think I am going for this version of the play. Where I just go for the KO through the Habanberry. I should get the game 2 replay as well. My apologies. Yeah, so I was thinking, yes, if I get the oh, it looks like I didn't actually copy. I set up a thing to keep the game 1 and 2 replays, but I didn't actually copy them. I didn't even realize my opponent put it in private until like right now. Okay, that's good. It means that I didn't need Terra, but you know. Why focus on things that you need? They got a attack boost as well! Not the +1. Not the +1 attack. They got this attack boost even though I was at negative. That's very funny. Okay, I mean that might just be the greatest mirror herb ever conceived. I'm glad that they can't punish this, but I obviously, you know, I wouldn't have hated having my Terras in the back. Okay, so if we consider what we know, I don't think it necessarily makes sense for me to start attacking. I kind of just want to Wisp the Kingambit and switch in Goodra. Ooh, that did a lot. That honestly did more than I would appreciate. So I could Hex or I could Reflect. I think Reflect is likely to be better. And I can just Life Dew, right? Yeah, Life Dew very good at this point. How much did that do? A million? Okay. So I could go into Zygarde here. I could Hex. I can Helping Hand anything that I do with Goodra. I could Wisp the Indeedee, but I can't hit it with anything besides Hex. I don't think I revealed Hex in game 1. I think I only clicked Helping Hand and died. And gave my friend +1 special attack, which was very helpful. Can I play towards a Heat Wave win here? And if I am playing towards the Heat Wave win, that's probably by doing damage to Indeedee here. Well, that looks like good damage. If I Heavy Slam plus Helping Hand into Indeedee, it looks like that's a KO, which is obviously very good. But I could just Hex to get the chip on Kingambit as well. I even died at the next one. Yeah, I'm gonna Hex for the chip on Kingambit, and honestly, good Light Dew, I could Acid Armor. I do value the Acid Armor, but maybe not that much. I think I will go for the Helping Hand Heavy Slam version of the play. Okay, well that seems fine. Not amazing, but fine. Not amazing, but fine. I think my Mons in the back will always beat Kingambit. So I don't think that informs my Dragapult play at all, actually. No, it probably does. I should be I think just always attacking the Deoxys here. I don't even know what I was saying, man. Actually, we know that Sludge Wave always beats Deoxys, so I should be more worried about the Kingambit. I don't think I have speed investment. I think I am minus speed. I am in fact min speed, which isn't amazing right now, because you're going to be doing more than Indigo was, but I don't think it's enough to put me in range of low kick. Certainly not in range of Kowtow. Okay, it does look like Heatwave picks up Deoxys here. Does Snarl pick up Kingambit? Don't know how that... okay, whatever. Just, we don't need maths. Sludge Wave is fine, because I've got Zygarde still. Sludge Wave and 1000 Arrows. Can't believe they crit me, that was really rude. How much did the counter do? 10. Yeah, but low kick is doing more, right? They did 22. I was not out of range of a low kick crit, I can tell that much. Or a Kowtow crit, I guess. Look, if this this burnt Kingambit somehow KOs my Naganadel, I would be very impressed. With Sucker Punch. Because it has to go first. I think that's the game. I don't think my opponent can come back from here. I think if I did like the play that risked missing Heatwave, that would have been bad. Just because it would give my opponent an out, and I don't need to give my opponent an out. Snarl would have been particularly bad because it would give them attack, and then with the attack I'd be more concerned, but probably not like... I wouldn't expect to die there, but I'd definitely be more concerned. Yeah, the Mirror Herb definitely was interesting. I feel like maybe the Made Life was just too straightforward, man. Maybe you need Sash, but you also need this protect. GG's. So that was honestly a really fun set. A lot of respect to my opponent. They drafted a very, let's say, a largely fairly straightforward team, but they were able to use it to great effect against me. I'm definitely going to be keen to check out their pace from that set. I'm glad not to be rushing this morning. First Blood both weeks. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, pretty excited. Most of my sets wound up working out. I made a last minute change, right? I made this into Acid Armor, which didn't wind up clicking, so it didn't wind up being impactful. The Helping Hand Draco playing the Salamence was obviously really good, but I think even with the Terra Fairy, it did limit what they were going to be able to do regardless. But yeah, getting the special attack boost, meaning that they burnt the Kingambit Mirror Herb was nice, though thinking on it, I didn't actually get any boosts with any other Pokemon. That Indeedee was doing really consistent damage. I wonder if it was specs. But yeah, I'm glad to have gotten this thing done. I'm surprised. Am I First Blood? Am I misremembering that? Yeah, First Blood of week 2. Gosh, that's crazy. Last time I was First Blood, it was because I played on Monday. This time it was like 5 million years. I'm just going to quickly install it out briefly to see if we can get my opponent's paste and take a quick look at that on screen. But otherwise, yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with how I played this set, right? The Dragapult, Naganadel, more cheesy Game 1 line that I took was obviously very effective. The entire, like, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to get knockout into Indeedee. It was supposed to be leading 2 Pokemon who were pretty good into Sneasler. And I think it, discouraged them from bringing Sneasler into the subsequent games, right? I actually have no idea. They led these 2 Pokemon on 1. Yeah, okay, we've got my opponent's base. I don't think I can make you see it all with this. You can kind of see it all if you ignore the fact that there are moves. We saw all of the Kingambit moves, so they didn't matter. It turns out the Clefairy, was especially defensive. Sorry, physically defensive. I just Thundurus was +2 attack, so it did good damage. And yes, they were follow me after you, Icy Wind, Dazzling Gleam, so they had no crazy damaging move. They just had after you, I think, as a pro Trick Room, because they have their own Trick Room that we can see. Acid Spray Sneasler, definitely a really strong pairing with the Expanding Force in DD. Frankly, one that I was pretty immunized to because I was running the set with sorry. I apologize. I had to turn off my heater, despite it being like 11 degrees, so that I can record all the great things I do for those of you in the audience. But yes, so the DD was Trick Room. I had Ally Switch as well, but that didn't really matter because I think Ally Switch is just worse on a team with Redirection because people are going to run spread moves anyway. And as we saw, I was running spread moves. I think I literally only, like, I had 3 spread moves on the same, so I had spread move on Zygarde. I had the spread move on the Tatsugiri. Actually, originally I was looking at Scarf Tatsugiri and it just wasn't quite fast enough, which is how I wound up moving Scarf Naganadel, which I guess might become a staple. But yeah, so I had the spread move on those 2 as well as 3 spread moves on the Naganadel. So that, yeah, does limit the impact of Ally Switch. So yeah, that one is just strong. I might just be a hater. How much did it do? Where did it even click? Click something, right? Expanding Force, yeah. It did 32. Compared to the... Yeah, the Indigo was doing 38. Oh no, the Indigo was doing 20 to the same Pokemon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a massive... I wasn't super scared of Deoxys attack. I didn't do anything. Which was orienting around being scared of Deoxys attack. I think my opponent brought, yeah, a pretty interesting team. The Salamence being double dragon, I guess makes sense in this matchup, but obviously it doesn't play around like Terra Fairy like my Dragapult, right? Frankly, I could have just left the Salamence on the field, you know, that's definitely not true because the Naganadel obviously is weak to dragon, but yeah, it was good. It was interesting. This is the first week so far that I've had like a really crazy strong counter to the Tatsdozo, so that's definitely always something they've got to keep in mind. But you know, look at this game. Just 4 dragon types being dragon types. Ignore the fairy. Thank you guys all for watching. Goodbye.